Hey, Ted here from youlearnguitar.com. We're going to talk today about kind of an uptown shuffle rhythm. We're going to use some ninth chords, kind of fancier chords, a little more fancy than our seventh chords that we're used to, definitely more so than our power chord shuffle with the roots fifths and root sixths. So, but a great thing to play while somebody else might be doing this. So let's get started. Okay, the first thing we're going to do is learn some new chords here. These are dominant ninth chords, more commonly known just as ninth chords. Okay, our first chord is going to be A9. We're in the key of A. We're sticking with the key of A. Remember, all of this is movable. We don't have to play in the key of A. We could play these chords anywhere on the neck. There's no open strings. So our first chord, A9, we start with our index finger at the 6th fret on the 5th string. Then our ring finger at the 7th fret, 4th string. There's our important interval there. That's our tritone interval. That's what tells us it's a dominant 7th chord. If none of this means anything to you, check out youlearnguitar.com and check out the theory lessons. Okay, next note is our middle finger at the 4th fret on the 3rd string. And then our pinky on the 5th fret on the 2nd string. Okay, so index finger, 4th fret, 5th string, ring finger, 5th fret, 4th string, middle finger, 4th fret, 3rd string, pinky, 5th fret, 2nd string. Okay, so you might be saying, well, wait a minute, how can that be an A9? There's no A in there. Well, a lot of times you can actually leave out the root of a chord because, for one, the bass player is playing it. The bass player or somebody's going to be playing this root. You know, somebody's going to boom, 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 boom. Okay, so boom. There's our A. Somebody else can play the A. Okay? So that's going to go beautifully with that. So if you need to know where your root is, it is directly below your pinky. Okay? So you can actually play the root here at the 5th fret on the 1st string. But again, you don't have to. And we're not going to, because we want to be able to comfortably slide this chord back and forth. Okay, great chord for sliding. Okay, our second chord is going to be D9. Okay, we've got our index finger at the 4th fret, 4th string, the F sharp note there. Excuse me. And then here's something kind of tricky. The ring finger is going to cover all top 3 strings, okay, at the 5th fret. Okay, so, alright, again, we're playing a chord with no root. The root is actually here at the 5th fret, 5th string. That's your D. We're just going to play those 4. You can play that one. You can play that. You can even play the 5th in the bass. That's a T-Bone Walker thing. Play the 5th as your bass note. Big T-Bone sound there. Okay, so for our E9, it's just going to be the same shape as the D9, just up 2 frets. Here at the 6th fret, 4th string, 7, 7, 7 on the 3rd, 2nd, and 1st strings. Alright, so we're going to start this on the 4th beat of the pickup measure, the measure before the first measure. Okay, and when we do that, we're going to slide up 2 frets and then back 2 frets. Okay, so it's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4 and. Okay, 4 and. Okay, now From there, we're going to hit an upstroke on the and of each beat. So it's 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay? So that's where it gets pretty tricky at first, because it's hard to keep your place in the beat. You don't want to turn things around and end up playing on the beat, on the 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a good thing to play with a metronome or a excuse me, or a drum machine. If you're playing with a metronome and you're strumming and you hear the click at the same time you're strumming, then you're backwards. You're not doing it on the right part of the beat. So it goes again: 1, 2, 3, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. 1 and 2 and 3. Okay? So on the fourth beat of measure 4, we're going to take our D9 and slide it up 2 frets and then back down. Now, we're not sliding the note on the 4th string. Okay, we're just sliding the top 3 strings. Okay? But then when we come back, we're playing the full chord, or the 4 strings. We're adding our index finger. Okay? So, it's going to be 1 and 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Now we're coming to the 5 chord. 1, 2, 3, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so that last bar, it's going to go 1 and 2 and 3 and excuse me. Okay, so that's our E7 chord. 1 and 2 and 3 and then we're back to the top. Sorry. Okay, so let me play through it all the way one time. 1. Oh, another thing I'm doing here is I'm coming down on the beat and I'm getting this little percussive sound. So I'm not strumming, but I'm coming down and hitting the muted strings. You can do this just with your strumming hand. I'm kind of karate chopping the strings, and then my pick comes down. Okay, so slowly it would be like mute. Okay, so from the top, 1, 2, 3. Back at the top. Okay, so some cool things you can do with these chords. You can move this, you can walk this chord up to the D chord. We did this with, same idea here. So it's you can add some slides in there. change up the rhythm. Kind of a different turnaround there, a little jazzier turnaround. But anyway, great chords, these ninth chords. They're like beginning jazz chords, we can call them. People think you know something if you break out one of those ninth chords while everybody else around you is playing sevenths. Not that there's anything wrong with sevenths. Sevenths are great. Sometimes sevenths sound much better than the ninths. Sometimes the ninths sound better than the sevenths. You know, it just kind of just depends on the situation. You know, what kind of style you're playing. All right, so that is it for our sliding ninths rhythm lesson. Be sure and check out youlearnguitar.com. The tab will be there. And you guys have a great day, and I'll see you soon.